am I department regarding the ambulance?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
See, man, and I'm to the point now where I'm tired and fed up and frustrated. It's over. It's starting to be overwhelming to me, sweetheart. Because when I say it's starting to be overwhelming to me, no one is doing nothing about what these paramedics are doing to me. Because if someone was doing something about it, when it happened to me 2.5 years ago, and then again 2.5 years ago, for me to shut up all the complaining that I was doing when I was reporting all the abuse to you guys, for that to snowball and happen to me 4 times in 1 month, 2 months ago, for me to be in my doctor's office for a week ago and pass out in the doctor's office basically from the injury that I had prior to that and went to the hospital for after being in an ambulance that didn't want to start, and then once it started they said the air conditioner didn't work, and when I got to the hospital I was drilled on what's the new going rate for a slip and fall in a wheelchair in a store. So I was treated just like I had was plotting on some kind of slip and fall when I passed out in the eye store, to have the eye store people call 911 to come off to wake up from being unconscious, to 4 paramedics that didn't give a damn about me. So like I say again, sweetheart, for me to be reporting all this here and then having audio tapes to show that I'm not lying about the abuse that's happening to me, wouldn't a person be going out of their way to get a tape of something that's happening to them unless it's just happening to them?
Okay. So,
And then I had one lady call, and I cried after the lady called me up. When she called me up and she said, Mr. Northland, we sent you paperwork. There is no more investigation. That is it. The paperwork we sent you is final. I'm like, wait a minute. If this would have happened to somebody that had money to get an attorney, to get a retainer on an attorney, this will be a case that will be mind-boggling, to say that I have all this evidence of the wrongdoing that was done to me and nobody's being held accountable for this. And you guys said that you was going to send someone out, either my social worker or another investigator, because y'all did send out an investigator in 2013, but the mayor killed everything like I didn't matter at all because I was illiterate then. But like I said, now, ma'am, I'm on a whole nother level, knowing that I could have died March the 5th, 2013, when the ambulance stopped me from getting to the hospital and I was threatened with bodily harm and incarceration. That's reckless endangerment of my life, cruel and unusual punishment, and a civil rights violation. So I'm saying to myself, how could someone do, not just a human being this here, a handicapped human being? When that ambulance stopped, ma'am, and I have proof that it stopped, ma'am, and the paramedics said that it stopped after they found out I had a tape, they said that it stopped, and then the mayor of Houston, Texas, come back and said that the paramedics are justifiable with stopping the ambulance because they felt like, since I'm having anxiety attacks, they felt their life was in danger. Whose life was in danger, ma'am? The one that called 911 or the paramedics that came to get that person that called 911? And when that ambulance stopped, ma'am, my medical attention stopped. So if I would have died in that ambulance, after these guys told me 3 times they need me to calm down, they need me to calm down, they need me to calm down, I'm saying, if I wouldn't have calmed myself down, if I would have stayed as high as I was, because I was on the side of the road with this refrigerator stopped with 2 fully functioning paramedics weighing over 600 pounds, no, over 500 pounds combined it, and I weigh 126 pounds of a handicapped man, and not only I couldn't stand up and walk out of that situation, even if I wanted to roll out of that situation, I couldn't, because they didn't bring my wheelchair. That wheelchair is my legs. That wheelchair is my transportation. When someone tells this to a paramedic and they disregard what they're telling them, that is cruel and unusual punishment when most people that's in wheelchairs get claustrophobic when that wheelchair is nowhere in their sight after being in that wheelchair for more than 4 years, man. I've been in the wheelchair going on 12 years. And for them not to take my wheelchair with me, not only March the 5th, 2013, but when it happened to me 2 months ago, 4 times in 1 month, to tell me that my word ain't shit, even with audio tape proving that something really happened to me. And I got that on tape. Now I'm to the point now, if I don't stand for something, I'm gonna fall for anything. I'm already halfway to the ground, sweetheart. And I'm a new and improved person because the average human being could not have went through everything I done went through to say that I'm going through it again. But I'm smiling through it because I know who I am now. You see, and I know that you don't have nothing to do with what these people are doing to me. And I love you for listening to me. Because like I said again, enough is enough, sweetheart. Enough is enough because like I said, this would not be happening to me if I'd have been a fully functioning man, if I was a white man. You see, sweetie? So therefore, somebody got to get on their job and do it because I did mine. You guys said if there was any abuse being done to any member of Molina Healthcare to report the abuse. I report that verbal abuse that these guys were giving me before they escalated to physical abuse, man. But like I say again, no one's listening because it ain't you. It ain't someone that you know to care about. Because you don't care about me. You can say you care about me, but that's what most people do. They just say that they care because that's the thing to do. But don't nobody care about nobody that they don't know. Really, they don't. And I realize that that's why I can smile with you, sweetheart, and say that I care more about you than I care about my little girl. And why I say it like that is, as long as I care about the things that I don't know about more than I care about the things that I pick out to care about, how can I do that? I can't pick my little girl up out that circle and keep her alive. She's safer in the circle of life with everything else that's in that circle of life. I just gotta do my job and give back my life for all life. Help out everyone, not just the people that I know, the people that I don't know more so. So I'm just telling you, ma'am, I'm a man of a different cloth now because I died when I overdosed on my medication when I was thinking about how I could kill the mayor after what the mayor did me after being in front of the mayor 11 times and asking the mayor 2 questions. Why did my ambulance stop? And what was going to happen to me if I wouldn't have gave those 2 paramedics the information that they was asking for? And that question was never answered. So like I said, sweetheart, I went into a ball. I cried myself to sleep. I actually felt like I did something wrong that day. But I see now that I did nothing wrong that day, and I did nothing wrong 2 months ago, and I did nothing wrong the day before yesterday when I passed out of my doctor's office and the 2 paramedics came and they recognized me. And when I came to offer that there, they snatched me up off the ground and they put me in my wheelchair and they started laughing because they saw how much pain I was in. I couldn't trust myself with going with those guys. I told them guys I was all right, and I rolled outside of my doctor's office and cried on the side of my doctor's office till my driver came. And when my driver came, I was woken up to find out it gets worse. When my driver came, I told my driver to take me to the emergency room to find out that my driver came. He must take me to the emergency room. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, I'm going to report that today too, because I want to know how in the hell can someone not take you somewhere where you need to go. I had needed to go to the emergency room, but I never made it to the emergency room. And I done suffered all the way to today. The things that been happening to me inside the hospitals got everything to do with what's going on with me, the mayor, the Houston Fire Ambulance Department, and the Houston Police Department. Because, ma'am, it's ridiculous to say that I got 3,500 hours of audio and video of all the discrimination that I done got as just being a handicap. And I shouldn't have to be doing all this shit because it's harder enough for me every morning to stand up. I mean, to sling my legs out into my wheelchair and go on with my life when y'all just kick y'all legs out, stand up and yawn, and then it's on and going with y'all. And I'm saying this is making it too hard for me to live when that's all I want to do, sweetheart, is just live. But I say again, I never break down with a woman again on this here is because y'all are the only strength that a man have. And that was the only reason why I broke down every time I got on the phone with somebody just like yourself that listened to what's happening to me here. But I love you. I love all people. But any man, me and men, we shake it right now, sweetheart, because it's all men that's doing me in. It ain't got nothing to do with one man. It's all man. It's everything that's happening to me is dealing with man. Any woman that I talked to over there at y'all place that treated me bad, I promise you she was having a bad day or something that was going on in her life, and I give her a pass. But I'm not giving no man no pass no more. No man, none. So I respect you and I love you for listening. And this gotta be addressed. Because like I say, I got too much evidence to say that if someone had the type of evidence that I have on me, I'll be in jail. So thank you.
Okay. The doctor's office, what doctor's office did this happen in?
Okay, this is my doctor's office.
This just recently happened, correct?
Yes, ma'am. 3 days, I can get the date for you. And my doctor was the one that called the ambulance, and my doctor was the one that said that I needed to be in the hospital, you see. But like I told
What's the name of the doctor?
Dr. Omar, my primary doctor.
Your primary doctor. Take it note.
And see, and I passed out with her before I can even much explain to her everything that was going on, you see. And then I reported my psychiatrist, sweetheart. See, I reported psychiatrist because of the fact that with psychiatry, hold on one second.